So LeBron James did an interview with Kenny the Jet Smith during All-Star Weekend, obviously before the big game. And it was LeBron doubling down on a comment that he made in an interview right after the NBA Finals, in which the Cavaliers came back from 3 games to 1 down to the Golden State Warriors that had won 73 games that season. We obviously know how great that 2016 Warriors team was, but they lost to LeBron in 7 games, and LeBron was incredible. He had the big-time block. But I want to read to you guys the statement that LeBron made with Kenny the Jet Smith over the weekend, doubling down on him believing that he is the greatest basketball player of all time. He said, at that moment, I was like, I'm the greatest basketball player people have ever seen. In all facets, I can play the 1 through the 5. I can guard 1 through 5. I did something that's never been done in the history of the sport. Teams that go down 3-1 were 0 for like 32 in finals history. There's nobody ever coming out of that, and nobody gave us a chance. I just felt like ain't nobody better than me at this. The irony is, the same weekend that LeBron's interview with Kenny Smith goes public, with him calling himself the GOAT, the guy that a lot of other people believe is the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan made a rare appearance. If you missed the Sunday night festivities from NBA All-Star Weekend, you don't have to watch the game. It's an All-Star game. LeBron made the shot at the end. That was great, by the way, but it's an All-Star game. The defense was not good. The one thing that I would advise you to go watch, though, if you have the time, is that halftime, and which I didn't even know the NBA was doing this, because if I knew this, I would have went to All-Star Weekend down there in Cleveland. They honored all of the 75. Again, I'm 28, so I've never seen that in my lifetime, or I would have been 3 years old the last time they did it. All of the 75 greats, the top 75 of all time, were all in attendance for the most part. I think like 7 or 8 guys were missing. But Michael Jordan came out at the end. He was just at Daytona with his NASCAR team. He gets to Cleveland in Michael Jordan-like fashion, walks in like a mythical ghost, and just steals the show. And I brought up Michael Jordan in this conversation for a couple of reasons. Obviously, he's looked at as the GOAT by a lot. And also, specifically, Michael Jordan has never come out and said, I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. Matter of fact, there are multiple interviews where you can hear Mike say, I don't ever call myself the GOAT because I do believe it's disrespectful to the game of basketball, the guys that came before us. Let's be clear, all right? Michael Jordan clearly thinks he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Clearly. He just ain't gonna say it. I mean, hell, during All-Star Weekend this year, there's a video of Michael Jordan talking ish to Magic Johnson. Like, yo, where your boots at? Let's go play basketball today. Okay, Michael Jordan's like, what, late 50s, early 60s? That's how competitive he is. If you don't think that guy believes he's the GOAT, you're out of your mind. But Mike has never wanted to say, I'm the GOAT. I mean, if you look at the shoes, they're GOAT versions of his shoes. Like, come on. Clearly, this dude thinks highly of himself as a basketball player, and his resume speaks for itself. That's why he didn't have to say it. LeBron, on the other hand, a very accomplished player, has said it multiple times that he believes he is the greatest of all time. And when LeBron said it the first time in that interview with Mav, he kind of hesitated when he said it. And when he said it, I cringed. And when he said it with Kenny the Jet Smith in their interview that aired over the weekend on TNT, he hesitated again. And I think that comes from a place of he don't really believe that. You know, unfortunately for LeBron, he's the most popular athlete of this social media era by a country mile, in the States at least. And the pressure and the scrutiny that man has had to deal with, you know, in this era of debate television, everyday programming, social media programming. I just heard Amazon's about to take over Thursday Night Football. They're hiring right now, Amazon, right? A place where you go get your prime deliveries. They're hiring for a football staff, like a color commentator. Like, they're hiring Amazon. I'm just bringing that up to tell you how big of a space the content game is today. All these places, all these different personalities that talk sports day in, day out, and they're looking for content. And who do you go to when there's nothing else to go to? You go to the most popular athlete in LeBron James. He has gotten it. I mean, Skip Bayless, we know what he's done with LeBron James. He's literally used it to catapult himself to bigger places in his career. And a lot of people have done that. So that being said, LeBron has dealt with a lot. And I feel like when he makes comments like I'm the GOAT, he's kind of like pushing back on all that he gets. Because to give the brother credit, with all the scrutiny that he gets, he does a great job, of just saying, man, whatever. He doesn't really like address a lot of it during the season. So if he wants to get a comment off every now and then, I don't blame the brother. Heck, Michael Jordan left the sport because too much was on him. Right after they won 3 in a row, he was like, enough is enough. I'm leaving this. I'm tired. I'm done. So obviously LeBron James deals with a lot more than maybe even Michael Jordan had to deal with back in the day. So I get it why LeBron decided to say, this is my to you. This is my response to you guys, my critics, my naysayers. I feel like I'm the greatest to ever do it after I beat that Steph Curry-led Golden State Warriors team that had won an NBA record 73 games. I just don't believe that he's the GOAT. That's my personal opinion. For those who don't know, I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan. I have accepted LeBron into Laker Nation. The brother came and delivered us a bubble championship. He did it. When he got the talent around him, he delivered it quickly. So I'm going to give that brother that, if nothing else. I have it as Michael Jordan 1. Kobe Bryant, to me, is the second best player that my eyes have seen all time. And third is LeBron James. Now, in a different conversation, I have LeBron James as the second greatest career. I believe his career is greater than Kobe Bryant's, though Kobe has 5 rings. Shaq, to me, was the catapult of those first 3 rings, especially the first 2. And then, obviously, Kobe was, by the time ring 3 came around against the New Jersey Nets, Kobe was the man at that point, or becoming the man, right? As Shaq was starting to kind of come out of that unreal prime that he had. LeBron, to me, them 4 championships, he's going to be number 1 all-time in scoring. I mean, dude's top 5, top 10 in rebounding and assists. I mean, the brother's career speaks for itself. His career has been better than Kobe's to me. So I have it, again, 2 different categories. I got Mike number 1 on either or. But in regards to best player I've ever seen, I got it Mike 1, Kobe 2, LeBron 3. And then for the careers, right, I got it Mike 1, LeBron 2, and then Kobe's 3. No matter what, LeBron's never passing by Mike in either to me. He's not better than Michael Jordan at his peak, and LeBron was great at his peak. And his career, even if he goes and wins another championship or 2, I still will have a hard time saying his career was better than the guy that 3-peated twice, never lost in the NBA Finals, left the sport and went professional in another sport, semi-professional in baseball. Like, that's unreal, by the way. For me, I'll have a hard time ever saying LeBron had a better career than Michael Jordan, so I'll never do it. When Mike wanted to win, nobody else in his era won. A lot of guys have gotten there in the LeBron James era. Again, look, man, LeBron has earned the right with his greatness to say whatever he wants. He's a very rich and well-off man. I don't think he's the GOAT. A lot of people do believe he's the GOAT. My opinion on this is simple. If you think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, he doesn't need to win another game, another playoff series, another championship. If you think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, no matter what happens with LeBron in his career, he could go win the next 5 rings. You're going to always think that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. LeBron has done enough to prove his case. If you're saying that LeBron is the GOAT, your argument probably is based more on his longevity, his sustained athleticism, how he's able to do multiple things on the court. Like he says, if he wanted to play 1 through 5, we watched the brother play center this year. Like, if you're asking me who's the most athletic player of all time, not even close, LeBron is 1. But for me, the convo is greatest basketball player. And though I believe LeBron is more versatile than a Kobe, a Magic, or a Michael could ever dream of being, for me, MJ and Kobe practiced on their strengths and made their strengths unguardable, so they didn't have to worry about being one of the greatest passers of all time. The heck I'm passing it for when I'm Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan? Like, I don't look at as assist and passing the same as I do a score like a Kobe or Mike. Like, LeBron's obviously a better passer than the other 2 guys, but if I put the work in the gym and I'm comfortable with me shooting over 1, sometimes 2, maybe even 3, when I really got it going, I don't want to pass the ball. I don't look at passing. A lot of people do this. I don't look at passing as a direct comparison and parallel to scoring. I've never done that. That's why I would still have it Mike, Kobe, LeBron in the best player I've ever seen. That's my GOAT. I don't like doing this often, but that is how I have it in the GOAT conversation. But I am enjoying every minute I have left of LeBron James because he is a spectacular talent that has not disappointed since the age of 18. The brother walked into the league ready to go. No legal issues, nothing you could tie to his name. He has exceeded in so many different ways in the league, and he will go down as one of the greats of all time when it's all said and done. He's earned his way into that conversation, and he believes he's the greatest to ever do it. All power to him.